What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Man, this is a Tom Brady football right here. It's kind of deflated. Needs it's a little bit soft. Definitely a deflated ball. Hope you guys are all having a great evening. It's Monday. I'm back here at the Red Brick House. You know, I tell you what, that I think about where this house was a year ago. We were knee deep in getting this thing worked on. We were sweating our ass off, you know, putting the tongue and groove boards up at the top. The floors looked like holy hell. There was no railings over there, so you could have fallen down and gotten killed. I probably hadn't started doing the plastering on the walls and things. And my internet was non-existent. Basically, I had to use cell service, and the cell service was terrible. And so I look at where this place is right now, and the fact that, you know, it's been 90 some degrees outside, and there's AC, and it's nice and cool in here. It's well lit. I can upload. It's actually amazing how much difference a year makes in a place. And this place has become really part of me. I think literally, like when I stepped on the nail, the nail literally bonded with my system here. Be that as it may, all jokes aside and stuff, I am truly blessed to be the keeper of this place. I would say that me and Tracy are the owners of this, but how do you really own something that's been around for over 200 years? You're really just kind of holding on to it until you pass it on to the next one, because I don't think I'm going to be living here forever. So, or I don't think I'll be living forever. But something hit me today that's kind of interesting, and I'll see if you feel the same, because just before I sat down over here and started to do this video, I see Jalen Hurts is trending. And it's comical because, you know, listening to Dan Saleo literally trashing Hurts and everything else and praising Dak Prescott and saying, you know, Dak Prescott would have a bigger market if they were both free agents than Jalen Hurts, because Jalen Hurts is more of a run option type quarterback and doesn't have the passing skills that Dak Prescott has. And then I look, and there's a comparison of Jalen Hurts' first 51 games versus Joe Burrow's 51 first games, and seeing the numbers that, you know, Jalen Hurts has. They're both like 14,000 and some odd yards passing. I think one has 107 total touchdowns and versus 106. Be it it's total touchdowns, it's not passing touchdowns, and we'll see how that goes. But it's almost funny, okay? It's funny to me because when we as Cowboy fans, when they're, you know, I'm old enough to remember when it was Carson Wentz was a Maserati and Dak Prescott was a Corvette, and then Carson Wentz was the franchise quarterback. Dak Prescott is an okay quarterback. And when you would do comparisons of total touchdowns, they would say, you don't count the rushing touchdown. Yeah, you know, I don't know. He's not a complete passer. So they wanted to discount using the rushing touchdowns. Now, of course, now that Jalen Hurts is getting, you know, a lot of his touchdowns with his legs and the tush push, then of course you want to definitely hold on to those. But hearing the drama, okay, we've heard that Jeffrey Lurie's son is an analytics guy, and he's trying to force analytics onto the coach. Doesn't that sound a lot like Jerry Jones play calling, Jerry Jones messing with the coaching staff? You know, here it is, we're hearing that the coach is fed up with, you know, Jerry Jones meddling, and we're hearing all this stuff with Nick Sirianni and the Eagles. The Eagles The Eagles are literally becoming what they despise, and that's the Dallas Cowboys. I'm serious. Their quarterback is being trashed by some and praised by the others. He's becoming, that, what's the term? Basically, everybody's drawing lines, okay? You're for Hurts, you're against Hurts. In the same way, you're, team Dak, team get rid of Dak. It's crazy. And Eagle fans don't know how to take it. They're losing their minds. They don't know how to react. And I'm like, what y'all are going through is just every day at the Dallas Cowboys. It's kind of crazy. But I'm enjoying every bit of it because it's fun to watch somebody else implode. I find a couple things kind of crazy. Mike Farella, of course, of Pro Football Talk, put out his power rankings. In his power rankings, he's got the Dallas Cowboys 16. Teams like Chargers, they have ahead of them. The Raiders, he has ahead of them. And a couple of those ones you kind of scratch your head and say, really? Be that as it may, we sit here and we hear Mike McCarthy's fed up because Jerry Jones is always meddling. We get laughed at because Jerry says we're all in and we do nothing. We end up letting starters go without replacing them in kind with free agents. We sign undrafted rookie free agents and UFL players to fill out our roster. And so if you look at this and say, you've got a meddlesome owner who is cutting off the coach at the knees, you're deconstructing the team and not replacing them, you go out and you go ahead and let go of Tony Pollard and you bring in an aging running back in Zeke Elliott and so on. We hear and see all of these things where we're flustered and saying, why don't we go out and sign Calais Campbell, who, only took $2 million? Why don't we make a trade for a third wide receiver that may be better? Why don't we bring in a linebacker when you don't have one left on the roster? Why do we end up taking a safety and say, you're now a linebacker? Why do we end up being so cheap? We see all of these things here, but then when we lose and we wonder why we lost, we only point at one guy. And see, I get accused of just being this guy who is just, making excuses for Dak Prescott. But I know this: a running game is key. And every one of the games that we lost, our running game was shit. And it's one of those if-then type situations. If you can't run the football, then you become one-dimensional. If you become one-dimensional and the defense knows you're one-dimensional, then they're going to be able to counteract even better. If you're one-dimensional and passing the football, coverage gets tighter, which means you got to take more risk trying to get the ball in tighter windows. If you're trying to throw the football into tighter windows, chances are there's going to be mistakes, or the chances are greater that there's going to be mistakes. And that's what people just don't seem to get or understand, or at least say, okay, here's a problem, let's fix it. That's my more or my reasoning behind this is to try and tell you guys, finding quarterbacks is hard. Finding the other guys to go around him is a little easier. So instead of us saying, let's just get another quarterback where we still have all the other issues, how about let's get the other guys and give the quarterback that chance? But what do I know? I'm a guy with a day job and a voodoo doll, and I'm here in a 200-year-old house. So why listen to me? Anyway, good people, I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here, being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report, and helping this be what it is. And remember, tell the people you love how much you love them. Might not get the chance again, good people, and I love you. God willing, we'll all see each other tomorrow. Peace out.